Hello and welcome to Josh Plays 40k. We have a really exciting start to our evening here. We have just had our Leviathan box set delivered today. Really exciting, waited a little while for it, as I know a lot of people have as well. I have broken the seals on the bottom of the box, ready to have a look, and I thought you guys might like to have a look as well. I know there's been a few of these videos, but I thought I would add mine into the fray. So let's get this lid off. For anyone who has obviously bought one of these, they'll know just how heavy this box is. I think it weighs in just shy of 6 kilos, which is incredibly heavy. So first of all, we have this really nice artwork poster, obviously double-sided, I assume. Yes, so you've got half Tyrannid and Terminator on each side, which is really cool. I'm sure that will find a poster at some point, space on my wall. And then opening up here, we have a lot of plastics. Obviously 72 minis in this box. First of all, we've got the Psychophage from the Tyrannids. This is such a detailed model. I don't know obviously how clearly this comes through, but there is so much detail on here. Obviously everything is designed to be quite easily fit together. I know that does restrict posing a little bit. For anyone getting clever with their designs, they should be able to sort of alter that slightly, and I'm hoping that when the full kits are released in due course, they'll be a little bit more modular so that we can change them. But this is a really beautiful model. You've got obviously the sort of venting steam coming out of the top, and I'm sure this is ready to eat up those Psycho models. So we'll set that to one side. Next up, we've got the sprue containing, I would say, this looks like the Screamer Killer down the side here. Now this is such a big model as well, really chunky. He's going to be certainly standing tall over a lot of other models. We've obviously then also got the Neuro Tyrant pieces on here, and his little Neuraloids as well, which goes with his abilities. Really looking forward to getting that one painted up. I would say that's probably singularly the Neuro Tyrant's been one of the favourite ones I've been looking forward to out of this entire box set. So that's those ones. We've then got the new Redemptor style Dreadnought with the Ballistus Dreadnought. Really nice again model here with the different poses that you've got coming over the rock with the twin link las cannons and the rocket launcher on the side, obviously designed to mimic the old school Dreadnoughts with the guns on both arms. So again, looking forward to getting this one painted up. Really big fan of Dreadnoughts in my army. I have a couple of Redemptors and another normal old school Firstborn Dreadnought, and I'm looking forward to hopefully getting my hands on that the close combat one they've just launched, which I do forget the name of, but would like one of those as well. So set that to the side. So we've then got the first sprue of the new Termagants. Now again, these are a really nice sculpt over the original designs. Been obviously really looking forward to getting paint into these. Obviously they've got a lot more character to them. Each one is very different as well. Obviously upscaled slightly from the original models, but there's so much more detail on these, and I'm sure they're going to look quite menacing on the battlefield next to their other brethren. Next up, we've then got the first of the Infernus squad, and I can say for sure that these sort of flamethrower weapons they've got, they are some really big guns. They are almost as big, I would say, as the Hellblasters plasma rifles that they carry, and there's obviously usual standard Primaris armour that they're in, so these are definitely going to cook up some bugs as they go. So next up we have the new Librarian in Terminator armour. Again, this is a really nice model. They've really got some detail on the panelling here. I'm not sure how clear that's coming through, but it is really detailed. You've got all the etching in on the leg work here and both legs as well. And then it's got the power axe itself. Really looking forward to getting this painted up. I do like Librarians. I have got another one of the special Terminator ones they did a couple of years ago, where it's sort of a modelled base with almost a sort of slimy scene going to it. It is really cool, and again this one's going to look really smart next to that. So the next sprue to pick up now, we've then got the second sprue of the Termagants. Again, obviously similar designs as they were before, tons of character, and you know, looking forward to getting those painted up along with the others. I'm guessing that there must be 10 on each of these, although I haven't actually counted that yet, but because I know the set comes with 20. Again, similar to the Termagants, we've again got the other 5 Infernus squads. Again, they look to be they're sort of similar sprues as they were before, and I'm sure they'll go together quite nicely. So fresh models this time, we've got the Von Ryan Leapers, obviously deriving, I'm assuming, from the Lictor and Death Leaper models. And I have seen, obviously, there is the new Death Leaper model been teased, which does really look very smart, and I look forward to getting one of those. But these are really, really detailed. You've got obviously the limbs and the arms coming across, the legs themselves. I mean, even the chitin is already sort of slightly feathered even before getting any sort of paint onto these, and I really look forward to getting these painted up, and I hope to do some tutorials on a lot of these as well. So do sort of keep an eye sort of going forward for what I'm working on next. But you've even got even the old sort of Tyrannid slime coming down sort of parts of the bases, and it's quite nice that they continue with their theme of putting on little textured parts to each of the bases that they do for the models. So next up, we've got the Winged Tyrannid Prime on this side, and the Captain in Terminator armour on this side. Both quite formidable foes, quite matching that they put them both on the same sprue, even in a sort of lore terms. But the detail on the wings, just focusing on the Tyrannid for a start, is incredible, and I think they will match, and you'll get the detail out of those that you really want. And you've got the head itself with the horn coming up. It's a really highly detailed model. They have done Tyrannids proud with these new batch of fresh looking models. And similarly with the Terminator on this side, you've got the modelled base, which again is really nice. You've got the engraving on the legs. The body itself is really good, as well as the sword with all its etchings. You've got this really lovely cape that comes down. I think this is going to look really smart. And then next up, we've got the models that got a lot of people very excited, including myself, which is the new Terminators themselves. Assault Squad, I believe, would be what this would be the equivalency for. When we first saw the video of the launch for Leviathan, I got very excited when I saw these, along with obviously the new Tyrannids, and I really look forward to getting these a part of my my Iron Walker army, and seeing what they can do on the tabletop. But it's quite nice they've now upscaled them to sort of fit in with the rest of the sort of Primaris style, but while keeping the traditional Terminator look and weaponry. And from what I've seen of their data cards, I think they are quite formidable on the tabletop. Quite like the revamped Teleport Homer as well, how they've kept it very similar to the one in the video. And I think obviously the deep striking Terminators in is definitely the way to work them in the games. So then to finish off the Tyrannid side of this box set, we've got the barb gaunts on this side, some new sort of artillery style bugs shooting forward. Obviously these again are highly detailed, and I think from what I've seen from their data sheets, they look to be pretty good with the weaponry, and the fact that they can move around quite well and not suffer too much for the penalties of that is obviously a huge bonus with the new 10th edition rules. And then they got the Neuro Gaunts on this side. These are a bit smaller than I envisaged them to be from all the photographs that we've seen, but nonetheless I'm sure they're going to look quite cool, which I'm sure is why they come in the squads that they do, which as I understand it is a squad of 11 rather than the standard 5 or 10. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what these fellas can do on the table. And then to finish off all of the models themselves, we have the new Stern Guard. Now, these are obviously based a little bit more on the Primaris armour, but still keeping the sort of classic Stern Guard feel to them. So with the cowls and the drapes over their armour, as well as their sort of signature weaponry and shoulder pads. So I really like what they've done with these. I really look forward to getting these painted up. I know you've also got the new apothecary biologist on here as well, which is the new sort of healing model, which I've seen for protecting models, which looks really cool. And you've got that canister on here. But no, otherwise this is really cool. You've got the textured base up here with what looks like one of the neuraloids from the Neurotyrant sort of being killed and slapped down onto the ground for one of the Space Marines to stand on. Really looking forward to seeing how these look once they're put together, and hopefully I'll be able to do them proud with a paint scheme as well. So that then rounds off all of the models for the box set, but obviously it doesn't stop there. We've then got another little sort of flooring step into the box with the Warhammer logo onto it, which I'll just place to my side. But we've then got this beautiful book out of here as well, and strapped to it, this is really weighty. I think this is where most of the weight is. But then strapped to the back of it, we've got the instructions for the model, so I'll just separate that off just for the moment. And this is quite a book itself. Lots of detail, lots of instructions for building the models. Obviously step by step going through. Yeah, lots of detail here of what you've got. And I'm assuming, yes, yeah, and even including, which is obviously quite typical for a lot of the original armies and from 8th and 9th edition, certainly from when I played, they had the sort of rules for each of the models in the backs of the books, which is pretty cool. I know they've made all the data cards free, which I think is a huge step and favour to Games Workshop's usual sort of books and ethics towards 10th edition. So after that, we've then got this really beautiful rulebook. Now I won't go through all of it now, but just to try and get the sleeve off so we can admire the covers itself. Off we come. There we go. And but yeah, you've got obviously the Terminator face, half on the front, and then on the back you've got the Wing Tyranid Prime as well, and this really beautiful spine. I know this was obviously limited edition to the box set itself, but yeah, this is really quite something, and I look forward to sitting and going through this in more detail myself. But no, really, really lovely, and definitely seems to be where a lot of the weight is. And then lastly, just a couple of bits left in the box. So a bit of tissue paper there. There's the Battle for Ogram, which I have seen a few different things online about that, and I will obviously have a closer look. You've then got the transfer sheet for the Space Marines, as usual, and then tucked up, I think, down the side here, yes, you've got some of the bases for the models, and then quite importantly, the new mission cards, which again come in the sort of limited edition Leviathan boxing. I know these have now been put as pre-order available for the main rulebook and all of these as well. I look forward to sitting and having a look at these and playing some missions going forward. I haven't actually been able to get a game of 10th in yet, but really excited to play my first one soon. And then finally on this side, I think we've got, a massive bag of bases for all of the miniatures here. So again, obviously always handy to have them all together. But I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing video. I'm really excited for the models that are in here. Cannot wait to get started on them. I think it's going to be a tough choice between whether I start with the Tyranids side or the Space Marines. I think it's probably slightly swinging in the Tyranid favour for me, as they are an army I am really building up at the moment and really enjoyed in 9th edition. And from what it looks like for 10th, they look like they're onto a strong start as well. So perhaps start with those and try and get some painting tutorials up soon. If there's anything in particular you would like to see, please just pop a comment below. But otherwise, we will see you in the next videos. Thank you very much.